issue that is not uncommon, even without quarantine, is for people who are not permitted to fast. So they often feel guilty or feel that they're missing out because they're not fasting the way they're supposed to on a public fast day. And I don't want to get into the halachos of Tisha B'Av or Yom Kippur because obviously the halachos are much stricter. But during COVID, when people who are vulnerable are being instructed to not fast, again, one has to consult a competent Rav that if someone's immune system is vulnerable, there are questions whether the person should fast, which of the fasts are more important, so on and so forth. But let's say during this period of time, if someone is told they are not permitted to fast on Asara B'Teves, which is not that far off, it's about 6 weeks off, what are they supposed to do? Is there a way to make it up? So it's interesting that there's a Mishnah Berurah that talks about people who want to do teshuvah. So because they want to do teshuvah, they make themselves suffer. So the Mishnah Berurah says in Tav Kuf Ayin Aleph 571. So he says, look, that someone who weakens himself through fasting and self-afflictions and things like that is called a chote, because that means that someone is bringing down someone's strength. And then he says, v'kasvu b'sifrei hamusar, and then he says, for example, there are ways to fast without fasting. For example, if I'm eating a great meal and I love it, and I stop in the middle as an act of, okay, I'm not going to allow myself to fully enjoy what I have right in front of me because there are things I want to fix in myself which necessitate fasting. In the middle of his eating, when he's still hungry, Moshech yado mimena, and he says, no, I'm going to stop. Ze nechshav gamken l'sigufin. This is also called afflicting oneself with a tightness. And umischaprim avonosav, and one can achieve a level of kapara with this quote-unquote fast. So perhaps we can encourage people who are ill, or people with compromised immune system, or people who are vulnerable to COVID, who are being instructed to not fast, that there is a way to fast. And this can be a perfect way to do it. And there's more to be continued with the help of Hashem.